Transformers 96 here at the end of the video review. This time we have the Star Wars, the Elite Series Disney Store exclusive Finn figure. So yeah, so overall this is one of the figures that I didn't buy from the Elite Series when it first came out. It was just one that, I really didn't have any interest in. Just didn't look that interesting to me in general. Overall, though, I've really loved the Elite Series. I've had a lot of fun collecting it, so I did start to buy doubles of most of my figures, and in doing that, I did decide to get Finn. As you can see, of course, I bought 2 of them, really just for my collection, because I decided at one point that I wanted to buy 2 of each of the figures, so to keep in line with that, I did do that with Finn as well. So yeah, so now I'm finally doing a review since I got this figure, even though it's a little late. Here he is in the package. As you can see, I really love the Elite Series packaging. I think it's great. It's a nice, solid rectangle, but there's a lot of open space, so you can really see the figure from all angles. And I like the color scheme of the kind of metalish gray, along with the red. And then I love the metallic red that outlines the package and where the Elite Series is and everything like that. Overall, he looks very nice in the package, though, of course. And a lot of twisty ties. Pain to take these things out of package, but overall does look very nice in the packaging. On the back, you do have a description of the Elite Series as well as Finn in general. So yeah, so overall I saw the movie, really love Finn in the movie, so I am happy to get this Elite Series Finn now. Alright, so let's go over the figure. So overall, face sculpt wise, bring up some lights. I think the face sculpt is decent. The actual sculpt itself is quite good, I think. As you can see, it does resemble the actor, John Boyega. John Boyega? No, it's Boyega. Something like that, yeah. Overall, I think it does resemble him a bit, as much as a small toy can. I think that the Elite Series, or the Black Series one, does some things better, though. There you go. Whenever you're doing an Elite Series review, you have to just compare the Black Series. They're so similar in scale, and obviously they do the same characters. Overall, I think both of them have different aspects that makes each other better. Let's see if we can raise this head up. Alright, so overall I like that. I think the expression, like the Black Series one actually has some expression, while this one does not. It's basically a blank stare, which is unfortunate. There's a bit of a smirk with the Black Series one, which I do like more, although his eyebrows are angled down quite angrily. It kind of makes him look mean, so I don't like that too much, but they are actually sculpted on his face, while the Elite Series one is just painted on this face, which is disappointing in general. The hair, I think that the color of the hair is better on the Black Series, but I don't like how they tried to sculpt the texture of the hair, which is nice. It's just, it came off too weird. It doesn't look good that way. I think that the more clean look with some, bumpiness in it, like the Elite Series went with, is actually, it looks better, looks more natural, looks more realistic, while his hair of the Black Series just looks too detailed. They should have done it softer, so it didn't look like his hair was almost like a bunch of small spikes. So yeah, overall, I don't like the eyes of the Elite Series. They went with this white dot in the middle with a black ring around it, which looks really strange. Obviously, what they were going for was the kind of light glimmer in, the eyes, where you have like just a bit of a white, white mark around the pupil, but it's not dead center of the pupil. It's up a bit, and it's to one side. Typically, I always think of it to the left. So I think that they should have really did that white speck even smaller, and did it at the corner of his eye and not dead center. It shouldn't be dead center. That's not how it looks on people. So overall, it gives him a very strange look. I'm tempted to repaint it myself, but overall, it is disappointing in general that they went with that, because it makes him look quite strange. His outfit in general, though, is quite nice. I think they did the jacket really well. It's sculpted very nicely. Has some really nice details in it, as you can see. And then they painted it really good. They've got a light brown with some almost reddish highlights painted into it, and some black shading on it, which I think looks good, and gives it some depth, which is nice, and it's not just one flat color. Now, speaking of one flat color, we come to his shirt inside, which is done in it's a really light black almost that they've gone with here, and it's just gray. It has some nice lines in it, like it's an actual shirt. It just doesn't have any texture whatsoever. And when we compare it to the Black Series, As you can see, the Black Series did it 1,000 times better. I really wish the Elite Series would have followed suit with doing that texture in the shirt. Definitely necessary, and maybe it's something that I wouldn't have complained about before, but after having this version, I obviously notice it a ton, and it's something that does annoy me. His pants are rather similar to his shirt here. The pants don't need any of that texturing in it though, so it doesn't look bad that they are lacking that texturing. And then the shoes are quite nice. They're it's almost like a really light metallic gold on the shoes. I think that they should be a bit more tan or more of a cream white, but I think that it still looks nice either way. And then the soles of them are black. So overall, it's a pretty decent figure. Going over his gun looks great. I mean, it really does look like a metalish. It's kind of like a light gold with some silver washed into it, and then obviously it has some black highlights there. It looks really natural and really good, and it's pretty straight too. It didn't get bent in packaging or anything like that. He holds it well. Obviously, he can't hold it with two hands just because the Elite Series articulation doesn't have hinge swivel elbows or anything like that, or a bicep swivel or anything. So overall, I do like the accessory a lot though. Articulation wise, he has a ball jointed head. He can look up quite further than the Black Series one. He can look kind of down slightly, but it's mainly just straight off. And then obviously side to side, of course. He's got ball hinge shoulders, hinge elbows, swivel wrist, swivel waist, ball jointed thighs, hinge knees, and then hinge swivel ankles. So overall articulation is quite good. I do like the Elite Series articulation, although the Black Series does have superior articulation to the Elite Series. Give you a quick comparison here with Finn with Rey. As you can see, I think they look pretty good together. I'm not quite sure their actual height in the movie, but I think that Rey, just a bit shorter than Finn, is pretty perfect. So overall, I think he looks really nice with Rey, and you throw BB-8 in there, and it just looks like a great team altogether. So overall, my two complaints about this figure is the fact that he has a lack of texture in his shirt. I think that's definitely something that's super necessary, and then the way that they painted the light glimmer in his eye makes him look extremely strange. So that is something that they should have absolutely fixed, but it is unfortunate that they didn't. However, it is something it is quite small. So overall, really nice figure. In this case, usually I like the Elite Series better than the Black Series. In this case, though, I would say the Black Series is better than the Elite Series one, but I do love the fact that he is die-cast. Of course, he is a heavy piece. The only parts of him that aren't die-cast are the jacket right here, the hands, the feet, and the head, and the accessory. But the body, arms, and legs are all complete die-cast. So he is a very heavy figure, and at $25 he is quite a steal. So overall, really great figure, and very happy to have it.